feel hard impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're just freaked out. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, whenever we last left off with this series, Deku, he was trying to intervene in some affairs with Aki's mother's clan, or Zicha, if I do have that correct. Now, the yautja, she was not having very much of it, and she did want to politely inform Deku to fuck off. And the result was Deku being sent flying across the room and breaking some ribs. Now, Aki, she was very adamant. She was not going to participate in these rituals because she is not the way her mother wants her to be. Her mother has constantly been trying to drag her down to the bottom of the rankings because she does not follow the same rules as her mother. And that's something that Aki, she's been dealing with a lot. Her mother's clan, they gave up on her. And they didn't see her as living up to the reputation her mother had. And you do at least have with her father's clan. They were still willing to give her a shot. However, everybody, they made fun of her because of her size. And they did ridicule her and at least kick her to the bottom. However, through constant efforts of trying to go to the top, she started to at least redeem and earn the name she does have. And you do at least have things over with Deku and the humans. Through a bit of a trade with Aki's father, Fadacha, they were able to get vehicles for the humans. Granted, they're only blueprints, and they will need to be constructed and put onto the planet, but it is progress. Now, with that, we do currently have Deku, who, whenever he does wake up today, he does go to lean up and go to bring his hands up wincing, as his painkillers, they wore off overnight. And Deku, when he does go to climb out of bed, he does go to put his feet down and go to slip on some sweatpants, as he does go to open the drawer, put on his shirt, and go to stand up. As you do have where Aki just ask Izuku if he's alright. Yeah, I'm fine. Your mom did a number on me, but I should be alright. Hell, the medbay told me I'll be fine. Shit. God damn it. I think I may have slept wrong on my side. That could be serious, Scar. I know. But you're dealing with more serious stuff right now. I understand. It's something I should be able to handle on my own. I mean, Aki, are you sure? I have a very good idea of who I'm going to be facing. Do you? Does that give you an advantage? Sort of. My mother, she is most likely going to be trying to pair me against a very strong male. And if he does win, then I am to go through our customs. Are you sure? Yes. Granted, I may not be allowed to participate, but I will still be mocked and used. That sounds fucked up. It is. My mother's clan, their traditions are a bit more out there, however. That's why I do not wish to participate in them. They are incubating the newborns. They're not, born the same way. What? So, wait, it's a test tube. Oh. Yes, it does not stop though. If I was to produce, I would have to take care of it. My mother would restrain all my duties, stop all motivation, movement for me. She would guarantee I am one to take care of the pups. And I would have to listen. Otherwise, I would become a bad blood. Aki, you can choose your father's clan, can't you? I can. However, even if I run away from the ceremony, the rules still do apply there. But she can't force you to do that. She can't. However, if it happens more, and there is an abundance, yautja could be reallocated, relocated. They can be sent to different places. More than likely, my mother would send me to a backwards mission, a colony where I would have to protect the spawn. She'd make it look in a way that I can still be a warrior, but I'd be put on the sidelines permanently. Aki, your mom's a bitch. I know, but she's still my mother. As far as I want to run from these traditions, her going to stand back up, expressing that she can't, and that she needs to be prepared for the next week. She is going to be training, and she is going to more than likely not be able to be seen for a few days. I understand. I gotta take care of some things with the humans too. Now, Deku, well, he does go to leave. He does head down to the planet. As a key, she does stay aboard the ship. And Deku, after at least going down to the planet on a small shuttle, he does land and start the process of passing around some information. As whenever he does walk into the science lab, the scientists, they're not there. And Deku, he does get a good look at the building. At first, he thought it was a bit small. However, whenever he does go to walk down a staircase, he does find that there's a full-on bunker down here. And whenever he does go to walk downstairs, he does look at the corridor of hallways. Him kind of surprised as he does go to walk down one, about 15 feet and turn to the left. It's a storage room, and it's quite large. Him at least going to turn and look at the other hallway, as he does go to bring his hand out and open the door. As Deku does go to open the door, you do have the current scene in front of him. All the scientists, they did go to stop. As they do all look towards him, and Deku, he does see one of them, or actually two of them, holding remote controllers. As when they do go to press a button, and two little robots that were sitting on the ground, they are both sitting there. As one launches a rocket at the other, which does blow it up. Half of it anyways. And Deku, after at least looking down at that, he does go to bring his hand out into his pocket and go to put down something. All of them are kind of confused as to what it is. It looks like some, well, smooth piece of metal. And Deku, he does explain to them. These are blueprints for yautja tech. Do with them what they will. Him going to turn around and walk out. The scientists all looking at each other. As Deku, he does hear at least a few loud crashes as he does go to walk away. Now, with that, Deku, he does then at least go to head over to the tech division. Where, well, it should be inside this building. He can't tell where it is. As whenever Deku does go to walk out from underneath this underground stairwell, he does go to walk back into the science lab and look around. As whenever he does at least notice some small movement, he does go to listen. As whenever something does hit the ground, he does go to follow the sound. Him walking past an area, going to bring his hand up and pull back a curtain. As he does go to tap the person on their shoulder, they do go to turn and stare directly at Deku. What is it? Oh. I'm sorry. I don't think I've seen you before. Really? You don't notice me? Not really, man. No. New look, maybe? Yeah, I'd say that, yeah. Anyways, Deku going to bring his hand up. Him putting something on the table and then going to press a button. As the guy, whenever he does go to look at a few of the scars on Deku's body, he does just stare at them kind of confused. The only guy he's seen with those are, holy shit. Oh, so you do remember me. Uh, you're wearing clothes, yeah. Anyways, yautja. Wait, what? Wait, did you just say, yup, specifically land vehicles and certain air vehicles? We need them. How fast do you think that you can make them? What? I mean, these would take time, and so you're saying you need more human technicians? I mean, I could get the robotic expert and some of the guys in the science division, but it's possible. But with human components for yautja? Yeah, about that. Certain metals that I've at least ran over and looked at, they should be similar enough to human metals. Do we have enough of that on the ship? Well, for the colony ship, I mean, yeah. But our fabricator would be able to do most stuff for printing materials. Printing? Yeah, making components. Effective, less costly, and just grind them up and it'll make it. Essentially, it's like using scrap and recycling metals. Oh, that's very convenient. I mean, it really is. It was supposed to make disposing of waste and recycling material a lot easier on Mars. Really? Yeah. Basically, the whole concept was no waste, no problem. And hey, you can rebuild something using scrap or even trash. Okay, as interesting as this conversation is, I gotta go. I'm gonna look at this. Deku will at least tell the man. Press the button in the middle to enhance the image, change it, and press it twice to turn it off. The guy going to at least look down and go to press a button to the left, as a different machine has pop up. Him going to press the middle button, as this hologram in front of him does just start to display a 3D model that does go to pull apart as the guy does go to bring his hands up and wave his hand through something. A piece going flying up and out of place. As he does go to stare up at that before going to bring his hands up. And he does realize exactly how advanced yautja is. As we do cut over to Deku, who, while he is walking on a science lab, you do have Captain Kaylee. Now, she does walk up to Deku and express to him that they need to talk. What is it, Captain? Listen, it's about David. Your robot? Yes, I am concerned. He collected the spores and he's got them concealed, but he burned the rest of them. I don't know what to say. He's, well, acting different. Acting different how? He's a robot. He's supposed to act different. No, that's the problem. He's acting different and he's fitting in to a human scenario, a human standard. Um, he's made to mimic people. That's just the thing. I don't think he's mimicking anymore. I looked over some recordings from the science lab. He he is human in appearance, personality wise, and reaction wise. Deku kind of confused. As Orisha go holds thing up and show Deku, Deku does stare at it. As he does hear David talk about, and even think of different ways the yautja, they could possibly at least have these strange spikes in their anatomy, and even inside their system. Since while it may not be drug based, and or at least induced, it could be something with the way they do work on a chemical level. And Deku does watch David run through a hypothesis, get confused by it, and him being unsure if it's even true. And by the way he's reacting, that's kind of alarming. So, uh, huh, this is new. What are you talking about? This is, we have to, he's not following the laws of robotics. At least not our laws. What do you mean? Multiple other laws were put in place in my generation for AIs. We've had a few here and there hiccups, but ultimately we've done good. What do you mean by hiccups? We may have had a few AIs go sentient. I'm sorry. Did you just say an AI go sentient? Yes. I mean, it passes the Turing test and it gets very bad from there. What do you mean by bad? Well, it got on the internet. So bad. Mm-hmm. And that's just the problem. Well, certain AI, they were limited in what they could do. The most dangerous thing an AI has done before is actually commit murder. I'm sorry, doesn't that go against another law of robotics? Yeah, that's a problem though. David, we don't have the technology to fix him. We have the tech to scrap him and, well, restart another droid. We reset his personality matrix. He's not glitching, but at the same time, he's acting weird. His AI is not set to just observing and responding or listening to a command. It's just set to an unknown thing. This system wide glitch, it could be causing it. Okay, so you guys want to shut him off and look at his AI? I don't know. He hasn't shown any ill or malice, and I don't even think he knows that he's sentient himself. So you're saying he hasn't figured it out yet? Yes, and I'm kind of concerned. When do you think he'll figure it out? What do you think he'll do? Well, you said AIs commit murder, right? Some have. The one documented case. Documented. So you think there's been more? It's never been proven, but sure. There are a list of reasons why you never try and make an AI smart enough to improve itself. Is that what you guys did? No? You hesitated there for a second. We weren't the ones to make it. I don't even want to know. Just talk to him. See what he knows and see what's going through his head. Since clearly there are some thoughts there. Some things he wants to get an input on. He named a chemical. He had to think about it, didn't he? He did. So talk to him. Figure things out. Hell, even I kind of want to talk to him now. He was acting so strange, but it makes sense now. The sort of appeal to the conversations. Yes, he found them to be of great importance. It seems that he's still learning the basics of sentience. Really? Yes. So, what shall we do then? Well, Kaylee, it's in my opinion, sit him down, like I'm saying, and inform him he might be alive. He isn't, though. Really? He isn't? Alright, fine. Let's go. Deku grabbing onto Kaylee, as he does drag her to where, well, David is, and start talking to him. As David, whenever he does go to bring his hand up, he does inform that he has sealed the room and has vacated it of oxygen. So, they are not going to be able to get inside. Deku, hearing this, he is kind of confused. However, David, he does go to bring over these samples, and they're going to set them back down into something very carefully. him going to close it down, as he does go to start the process of, at least, cleaning the room of foreign bacteria. As after at least going to do a scan with certain things, he is given the all clear. And the room it is then repressurized with oxygen and is opened. As whenever David he does walk over, he does ask them exactly what they're doing here. David, I have a question. Are you really sure this is shut the fuck up? I have a question, David. What is going through your mind right now? Well, that is a complicated one. I wouldn't exactly know where to start. It's all sort of jumbled, strange, weird. Yes. How exactly would you not understand? Well, David, I have a few theories. You know what theories are, right? Yes, I do, actually. I am trying to hypothesize exactly how this goo came about. I believe it to be save the scientific stuff for other people, David. I really do not understand it very well. Listen, this conversation is pretty important. I'm asking because you know the laws of robotics, correct? Yes, I do. Okay, good. Try to punch me in the face. I'm sorry? You're gonna try and get him to punch you in the face. Yes, I am. You see, if he follows the same laws, there's no way he can. David going to bring him his left hand. As whenever he does attempt to do so, he does actually sock Deku across the face, and Deku, he does go to at least turn towards Kaylee. As whenever Deku does go to turn his head back, he does look directly at David, who he does just stare at his hand confused. I didn't mean to. I'm very sorry. It's just you were able to do so. Deku bringing his hand up to his lip. As whenever does say that he busted, he just stared at David, telling him, yeah, it does seem like he is sentient, and that he does have free will, since he's not following those same laws. I, I'm. What? David, your programming isn't following the laws of robotics. That's what I know. Basically, you can think and do whatever you want. I, I can? Yes. So, David, what do you want to do? I, I, um, I don't know. Whatever I'm told. No. David, that is not free will. You have it, so use it. Find things you want to do, and if you like doing things, keep doing them. You like messing with science, right? Do that. Hell, you're an android, actually. We need you in this division, especially if you're working with the goo. Yes, I understand. David's still looking down at his hand, and he's actually moving around his wrist, and opening it and closing it into fingers. He's currently running a self-diagnostic, since he doesn't understand why he did that. He followed Deku's instructions. His programming should have stopped his fist, but it didn't. Uh, this is, well, that's proof that you're sentient. And, well, it's the easiest way to show you. By punching you across the face. Are you alright? Oh, hell yeah. Actually, you hit harder than I thought, but then again, you're not human. Yes, I understand. David, what is it? You have questions, don't you? I do. Yes. Well, take some time, write them down. We can answer them. And is that in order? No. Do that if you want to right now, do it later. Or do what anyone else does. Find some way to occupy your time. Don't always have to do this stuff in the lab. Hell, want to help out around here? You can. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. Now, David does just stare at Deku. As whenever he is running his self-diagnostic, it all does check out as positive. And that's something that David he doesn't understand. As Deku he can clearly see the stress in his emotions, on his face. And this is where Kaylee she does go to stare at David. She doesn't understand how to even begin with this. Deku, yeah, that was actual solid proof. And she doesn't know where to start. Yeah, she thought, oh yeah, ask him questions, do all that. Maybe, maybe not. You know, at least border on that line. But that wasn't bordering. That was full on just flying right over it and proving it. That was not supposed to be what happened. Now, David, he is very much confused by this, as he does leave the lab and understandably take the rest of the day off. Him just trying to think. As Deku and Kaylee, yeah, they do go to leave and part ways. And Deku, well, he is currently going over a few things for the next couple days. You do have a key. She's focusing on at least pushing herself a little bit further and trying to increase the way she does train. If she's going to be going against a fellow hunter, she has to make sure that she does have at least some physical advantages. And at least the proper ways she does use her own combat style. If she's going against who she does think she's going against, this will be a match for the ages. This will be a match she has been looking forwards to for a very long time. Now, with that being said, we actually do cut out into deep space, where a ship is currently flying through deep space and making its way towards a location. As while it is on its way, it does go to pick up something strange. As whenever it does go to drop out of hyperspeed, they do go to start scanning the area, as there's something there. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.